This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911, terror strikes a small town.
Everybody down!
An urgent call for help
911, state your emergency.
pits police against dangerous gunmen.
211 in progress.
You've got two different vehicles, two different pursuits.
Plus, a tragic delivery.
The cord was around the baby's neck, and she was turning bluer and bluer.
Joy, you need to push. The baby's in trouble. Push!
On Rescue 911.
Around 9:30 on the morning of January 24th, 1992, in the community of Victorville, California, customers and employees at a local shopping mall were going about their business, completely unaware of what was about to unfold.
This is something that doesn't normally happen up here. Bank robberies were just not something that occurred in the high desert.
Robbery! Everybody down! We got 4 minutes! Let's go!
911, state your emergency. The bank's being robbed on 7th. They just walked in the door with guns.
San Bernardino Sheriff's Dispatcher Linda Samples took the call.
She was calling from a phone located right by the bank.
Okay, so how many of them were there? There were 3 gentlemen with black hoods and guns. They're driving a white older van.
This lady was excellent. She was just telling me as she saw it.
Stay on the phone with me, okay? Did they have machine guns? Machine guns? Yes.
Everybody get down! We got to get down!
I could hear one of the tellers saying, I can't open the vault, I don't have the key.
Customer Lori Van Emmerich was hiding in an office.
They started yelling, who's got the key? Get out here right now or we're going to start blowing people's heads off. I thought for sure that we were all going to die.
Let's go!
Okay, just a minute. Victorville City units, 211 in progress.
Sheriff's Dispatcher Donna Haggerty immediately notified all units in the area.
It's scary when you hear machine guns and you're thinking something's going to happen. That your heart skips a beat and you kind of hold your breath while you read the call just to see what it is.
When we continue.
It happened so fast. I didn't really have time to get scared. I just had time to react to it.
Paul 3197, west side of the bank.
17 Paul 3, copy.
Deputy Whitcomb was close to the area at the time.
Van parked on the north side. Doesn't appear to be occupied.
Okay, ma'am? Yeah, okay, keep me advised of what's going on, what you see. Okay, I see a police car here. He parked right in front of my car. Okay. He's getting out of his car right now. There's people running out of the bank, and they're leaving right now. Who is? The robbers? The robbers are leaving. The 70 and your police officer is right behind him. Paul 310-9. Shots fired.
It happened so fast. I didn't really have time to get scared. I just had time to react to it. Then, as the van was taken off, they opened fire on me again.
17 Paul 3, shots fired. Vehicle southbound towards center.
I'd never heard a unit say shots fired before. It was scary.
They couldn't get the van door closed, and a big green Army duffel bag came flying out of the van and just rolled away. When they pulled in behind the department store, I thought, here we go again. They're going to start cranking rounds off at me again. I was going to start firing on them to stop them because they were just too dangerous. But there were cars between me and the crooks, so I couldn't try to stop them further with using my shotgun.
17-4, they're getting into 2 vehicles.
Deputy Carol Best was the first backup to arrive.
Carol headed toward 7th Street.
I just said, oh man, you know, this is for real. But something takes over. It's like, you're not getting away from me no matter what.
Deputy Trask came screaming in right behind the white Camry.
I was getting ready to take them out of the car, and they panicked and drove over the grass and then off the curb. And I sped up and joined back into the pursuit.
Some ladies had gone and picked up this duffel bag. They said, "Here, it's money." And it was very heavy.
Deputy Lisa Trask had only been on patrol for 4 months.
We're all in a line, kind of like a parade. It was a bad guy, and then Carol, and then a bad guy, and then Randy, and then me.
We've got shots fired.
I heard shots fired. I didn't know which vehicle was shooting at who. That was hard, not knowing what was going on.
Some more shots fired.
We were still right there, and they could see that we weren't going to go away. But it's against our department policy to fire from a moving vehicle.
Southbound at Palmdale. Automatic weapon out the sunroof.
I had assumed they were both going to get on the freeway at that point.
2 that I can see in the vehicle. 17 Paul 4, you're behind Camaro on Palmdale towards 395, 2 in the vehicle.
You've got 2 different vehicles, 2 different pursuits. A lot of units were offering to assist, units paralleling the freeway, but Carol Best was out there by herself.
Shots fired. We're in the number 1 lane southbound. We're going at 110. He's going to number 2 lane. He will be coming up on the Bear Valley exit shortly.
I had it forward. The car was going as fast as it could. And they were pulling away.
Near 3 and 2, we're just coming up upon Bear Valley. Doesn't appear they're going to be getting off. We're still...
Deputy Randy Gerwig was right behind the white car.
They just went to the 15 seat. I just see a bunch of dirt. You turn on I-15.
All of a sudden, their car is on the shoulder facing a fence, a chain link fence. By the time I cross the freeway, they're running to get to the mobile home park.
They're starting to slow down. They're pulling off to the side. They're pulling off. Negative now, they're getting back on. Paul 4, did the vehicle pull over?
There was no answer. I don't know what to think. She was out there with these people with machine guns. I didn't know what was going on.
17 Paul 4, is the vehicle pulled over?
The car started to slow down. I didn't know if they were trying to bait me up to them, so I just kind of eased off a little bit and was kind of watching what they were doing. And they just gave up. I don't know what made them do it, but they just gave up. Real shortly thereafter, after they pulled off the side of the road, Deputy Woodrum showed up, and then it seemed like there was 50 people there all of a sudden.
17 Paul 4, code 4, 2 in custody. 17 Paul 4, copy. 2 in custody, your code 4.
It was a relief, but at the same time, there were still the other ones in the mobile home park.
2 subjects fled on foot. So far, we're unable to locate them.
California Highway Patrolman Steve Barnard had also been in the area.
I saw him coming out of the trailer park and running southbound onto the frontage road.
Stand up, hands in the air.
Victorville City Units information. Highway Patrol has 1 at gunpoint in the dirt parking lot next to the trailer park. 19 X-ray. 36, I'm in foot pursuit of 1. He's eastbound
for you.
He tried to act like he was just some guy out jogging. As soon as he saw me, he stopped and tried to act like, hey, what's wrong? But he knew he'd been had.
All perimeter personnel on Mariposa. All suspects are in custody. You can disband and meet back at the car. Good job.
It's amazing with all the rounds that were fired that a stray bullet didn't hit someone in a store or hit someone driving along, especially on the freeway and all the business fronts down there. It was just incredibly lucky.
All 4 suspects were from out of town and had multiple priors. They were subsequently found guilty of armed robbery and each sentenced to more than 20 years in prison.
It's an insult to us to be considered Victorville is Hooterville, because the law enforcement coverage up here is just as good, if not better, than a lot of police forces. I wouldn't work anywhere else.
The biggest reason they got caught was because of sharp, aware citizen and the fact that our people in our dispatch center worked very fast.
It just happened so fast.
Those 2 female deputies, they do the job as well or better than male partners that I've had. I mean, they're both, first rate. You need a backup, but they're gonna be there when you need them.
The scariest part of it probably was when I realized that there was nobody else behind me. It was just me and them. That was it. I'm real proud of the way it turned out.
We have a very good team at the Victorville City Station where we have a good mix of female and male deputies, and we all work well together. I think it says something for women in modern law enforcement now. They're part of the team.
Next.
Joy had 5 children before, and she assured us there weren't going to be any surprises. It wasn't going to be an emergency, but it didn't happen that way.
Pull over, Tom!
During 12 years in emergency medical services, paramedic Robert Buckman has dealt with the sorrow of losing victims and the exhilaration of saving lives. But nothing can compare with the very personal crisis he found himself in on September 6, 1993 in Crosby, Texas.
The day started out at 3 o'clock in the morning. We went to the hospital. We were told it wasn't time yet. We started our long trip home. But when we got home, Joy told me to put towels on the bed. We're going to have a baby.
Okay.
Can I push?
Yeah, baby, go ahead and push.
Because the hospital was an hour away, Robert radioed his co-worker and friend, dispatcher Jackie Greenwade, for help.
I'll get a crew headed your way.
Since the doctors had just sent him home from the hospital, I thought, well, maybe Dad's panicking a little bit here. But then I got a little bit concerned because he delivers babies all the time, and he knows when it's time.
When I called for the ambulance, I know I was in sheer terror. The amniotic sac was protruding, but the water was still intact. I wanted help. I didn't want to assume complete and total responsibility. Because if anything ever happened, I don't know how I would deal with it.
Crosby volunteer EMT Tom McKee, a longtime friend of Robert and his wife Joy, was dispatched to the scene.
Joy had 5 children before, and she assured us that she knew exactly when she was going to have the baby. There weren't going to be any surprises. It wasn't going to be an emergency, but it didn't happen that way.
Joy, hang in there. Come on, baby. All right, let's go. On your count. 1, 2, 3.
When we moved her from the bed to the stretcher, we broke the water bag. This was now becoming more critical because the baby is now exposed to the bacteria that's normally floating around in the air.
Okay? Breathe through it. Breathe through it.
Friend and co-worker EMT Jackie Stidham was following them to the hospital.
When you've been in labor before, you know when a lady's fixing to give birth. I have 3 children of my own, so I knew that we weren't going to get far.
Don't push. Don't push.
She's fixing to crowd now. Now, honey.
Pull over, Tom. Breathe through it. Don't push now. Don't push.
Well, I knew it was going to be hard for her to relax. You're in the back of an ambulance, having a baby, no pain medicine, with 4 or 5 people that you are friends with. And it's hard enough to have a little dignity when you're having a baby, let alone with these people that you see nearly every day.
You're doing good, Joy.
Breathe, breathe,
You look so
breathe.
The baby's head delivered, and her eyes were open.
Go. There you go. That's
And it was like we instantly made eye contact for that split second.
Yeah.
And as more of her delivered, it went from a real exuberance to a, oh my God.
Come on, Joy.
Okay, we got a nuchal cord.
The cord was around the baby's neck.
We got the head. We got the
My
head.
first
All right.
instinct was to put my fingers down there and try and untangle the cord.
Just hold on. Let us control it.
But it was already tight enough that I couldn't even get my fingers in.
Little push.
Push,
Now.
Joy. Now
Little bit.
push.
We had to deliver the baby completely before we could do anything with the cord. But with each inch that the baby delivered, the cord was being pulled tighter and tighter around the baby's neck. And she was turning bluer and bluer.
There you go. Breathe.
I can't describe the terror, the panic that I felt watching my baby being strangled while there was nothing I could do at that time.
Push, Joy. Come on, bear down and push. Bear down and push.
Everyone was doing everything they could.
Baby's in trouble. Push. Push.
I was very scared that we might lose the baby.
She kept telling me she was really tired, she was really fatigued, she couldn't do it.
Joy,
Joy, you need
push.
to push.
Joy.
No,
You got
gotta
to
push. Joy, you need to push. The baby's in trouble. Push. Push.
Bear down and push, Joy. Push, push.
I don't know where she mustered up the strength, but she pushed it on out.
Breathe, Joy. Breathe.
The baby was now turning blue from being strangled by the cord.
Clamp it. Clamp it.
It's okay, Joy.
You're doing good.
Joy, it's okay. Just breathe,
You're doing
Joy.
good.
Just breathe. Okay. Deep breaths, Joy.
No,
Come on,
lean back.
lay back.
Lean back, Joy. All right. Make her mad. Make her mad. Make her mad.
I just kept hearing him say, make her mad. Make her mad so she'll breathe. And it set a real fear into me.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Make her mad. Make her cry.
When a baby doesn't cry, then we get real worried. I thought, well, it's up to me to try to do something. So I pinched her foot.
Come on.
And then when she cried, it was, yes.
7 pounds, 6 ounce, Rainey Buckman and her mother, Joy, were examined at the hospital and released the next day.
Hi, how you doing? Nice to see you.
3 months later, Rainey has a routine checkup with her pediatrician, Dr. Harvey Balthaser.
Fortunately, Rainey is developmentally right on track. She's growing beautifully, and she does not seem to be having any problems from her very exciting birth.
Had Joy not brought up that inner spirit and pushed the baby out, the outcome of the birth of our baby might have not been so good.
All my children are wonderful in their own ways. They all have a beautiful something about them. And Rainey's is a... Her daddy and I did this together. Very, very special place in our hearts.
We may never be called upon to help someone in need, but we can all help save lives by giving blood through a local hospital or the American Red Cross. This series is dedicated to all the caring people who are committed to saving lives. I'm William Shatner. Join us again next week for more true stories on Rescue 911.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.